Good morning.
Good morning.
There we go. Now I can see.
Why do I look so cold next to you?
Aren't we in a sunny location? Ready for our holiday? No. The answer is no.
What sunny location?
In my
Don't
mind.
tempt me like that.
Sunny in my mind.
Good morning, Cindy.
Good morning, Mom, and happy
birthday!
It's my mother's birthday today.
Welcoming her. A lot of snow.
She's very young.
Very young.
Very young.
Oh, thanks, Jen. Yeah. Snow day today for sure.
Snow day a little bit, yep.
We got Abby a new toque that lets her ears stick out.
Very
She's
embarrassing.
super angry about it. And she has new boots, new everything. Spoiled up.
Good luck at school.
Yes.
Good luck.
Good to see you, Michael.
Be safe out there on the roads.
It's for everybody if you need to be out. Hi, Helen.
Thanks, Cindy.
And for the month of December, this practice is brought to you by Daydream, new bubbly beverage from Toronto.
Yeah, it's adaptogen infused. And if you're curious about what adaptogens are, you could give it a little Google to find some information on your own. But just anecdotally, an adaptogen is actually something that isn't brand new. It's actually been around since Chinese medicine and Ayurveda. Right? And the idea is you're using herbal ingredients, herbal pharmaceuticals to treat the body. And actually with recent studies, modern science, they've been found to have a profound effect. Yeah, pretty cool.
Let us know if you have any requests for today's practice. We keep going like this to see if we can read comments.
I feel like as we do this, as we get older, we're going to have to start using an iPad or something because this is...
Wait, how long are we doing this for?
Well, that's a good question, Queenie. That's a great question.
I mean, we are getting older, but when we start, we're bifocals. So we're like...
Good morning! Okay, alright.
Let's get started.
Apparently we're feeling a little silly this morning. So we'll have some fun while we practice.
So ground your sit bones in any position that works for you. Make your spine nice and light. Shoulders are relaxed. And we'll start by closing our eyes. With your eyes closed, just gently lift the shoulders up towards the ears. Pull them back and then down. Feel as you breathe in, your spine growing a little taller as the top of your head reaches up. And as you exhale, allow your sit bones to ground into the mat. Soften the space between the eyebrows. And as always, encouraging you to breathe in and out through the nose. Nasal breathing is the best way to keep the nervous system and the mind calm. You are always welcome to exhale through the mouth if you need, creating a sigh-like effect on the exhales. And as we find a few moments of stillness, even though you might be thinking, well, I just came from sleeping, it's a little different when we're aware or mindful of our stillness, of our thoughts, of the dialogue that is happening internally. Just spend a few moments observing your and maybe morning banter that's happening inside your mind. If nothing seems to be happening internally, simply focus on the sound of your breath. And observe if at any point thoughts start to pop up. Opinions or questions. Perhaps this is not your favorite part of the practice, or that you find every time you try to meditate, you tend to fall asleep or get sleepy. And that's very natural as we try to become more efficient in our modern lives. We can tend to associate relaxation to sleeping, or doing nothing to relaxation. So if you are becoming a little sleepy here, every time you breathe in, imagine that you are breathing in this breath, this energy that kind of perks up the body, the mind. Breathing in this vital energy that makes you, or keeps you alive. Becoming more awake with your meditation rather than more sleepy. And learning to find this awake state without too much excitement in the mind, without too much chatter. Being very present, very alert, without worrying about the future or analyzing the past. Training your mind to be alert and calm without stress, capable of being in the present, see if you can maintain a steady breath and this clarity of mind as we move forward into our movement portion of the practice, making that a moving meditation. The next time you inhale, take a deeper breath in through the nose, really fill up, sigh it out. Connect the palms above the heart in prayer. Feel free to join us with the sound of Om. Take a deep breath in. Om. Open your eyes. Got warm from breathing.
Roll over the legs, find tabletop. And once you find that tabletop position, start to walk the hands a little bit. So you're moving side to side. Yeah, you can start to turn them. You might turn them all the way around. And just notice where in the wrist you get sensation. Maybe you feel it in the shoulders. Just a couple more breaths as you do this. Before returning the hands to neutral. Palms under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Exhale, tuck and round the spine. Inhale to lift and arch. Exhale, tuck and round. Inhale, lift and arch. One more time. Exhale, tuck and round. Inhale to lift and arch. Come back to neutral. Walk your hands towards your knees and come up into an upright kneeling shape. Shift the weight towards the left knee and step the right foot to the top of the mat. Allow the hips to sink forward and down, lengthening the front of that left hip. You can play here with finding a subtle tuck to the tailbone. So with the hands on the hips, feel the hip points pull away from the top of your mat. So you actually get a little bit of a tuck to the tailbone. Breathe here. I know, we'll go out in the snow eventually, promise. Take one more inhale. And as you exhale, release the fingertips down to the floor. Frame that right foot. Shift your hips back and work that right leg a little bit straighter. You might wiggle the toes forward, flex the ankle in your Ardha Hanumanasana or half splits, just easing into the back of that right thigh. In the same way that we eased into the front of the left hip, noticing the back of the right hip and the hamstring here. Pull the crown of the head forward as the hips draw backwards. Just allow the breath to flow here comfortably in through the nose, out through the nose, just as Queenie mentioned during the meditation. During our movement practice, just as important to stay with that steady rhythm, turning the movement practice into a moving meditation. Taking one more inhale, and as you exhale, bend back into that right knee. Tuck the back toes, pick up the knee, and you're in a low runner's lunge with the back knee lifted. It's like you're at the start line about to take off. Take an inhale. Now as you exhale, sweep the arms back behind you, lean forward over that right leg. So you bring a fair amount of heat into the right leg and squeeze into the front of the right hip. Shift forward, carefully step the left foot to meet the right. We'll go right to Utkatasana, chair pose. Squeeze the inner thighs together. There's something in the way of Abby on the couch and she needs assistance. A written invitation, signed in triplicate. Take one more inhale, chair. Exhale, hinge and fold. Nice halfway lift. Inhale. As you exhale, place the fingertips, step the left foot all the way back. Lower the knee down to the mat, untuck the toes. And come up, hands to the hips. This time, shift the hips backwards a little bit. So as opposed to letting the hips sink forward and down, shift them back. Pad that left knee if you need. Tuck your tailbone this time even more. So you're actually finding a little bit more of a rounded spine, starting from the low back and then running up the spine. You can interlace the fingers and push into that right thigh. Try to find the front of your left hip, your iliopsoas system, in a slightly different way. I find this stretch is a little bit more effective on some days to get into that deep sensation of stretch as opposed to just sinking passively into the lunge shape. One more inhale. And as you exhale, you can release, push into that right foot, step the leg all the way back, you're back in the upright kneeling shape. And shift the weight over towards the right knee, step the left foot to the top of the mat, and allow the hips to sink forward and down, lengthening the front of the right hip. So we tug into that iliopsoas system on the right side. And just stay with your breath here. Even a simple movement can tell you a lot about what's going on in the body, what strengthening you've been doing, where you've been a little bit lethargic. Take one more inhale here. And as you exhale, release your fingers down to the floor. Straighten the left leg. You might need to wiggle the toes forward and shift your hips back so the right hip stacks on top of the right knee. Ardha Hanumanasana, half splits. Easing into the back of the left thigh, your left hamstrings. Keep the ankle flexed, pulling the toes towards the shin. Helps to access not just the hamstrings, but you might even feel that into Achilles tendon and calf, depending on where you hold the tension in the back of your left leg. Do your best here to pull the crown of the head forward, your hips back. One more inhale. Exhale to bend into that left knee, tuck the back toes, pick up the knee, low runner's lunge. You're at the start line, about to take off. Take an inhale, and exhale to sweep the arms back behind you, lean forward over that left leg. Arrow pose. Lots of strength building in that left leg. Hip flexor is squeezing. Shift the weight forward and lightly step the right foot to meet the left. Squeeze the inner thighs to the midline. Get a bit closer to Queenie. Somehow I ended up over there. Breathe.
I moved over.
Well, you're saying I took up a lot of space? I just like talking while people are holding chair. One more inhale. As you exhale, hinge and fold. Halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale to place fingertips and step that right foot all the way back. Lower the knee down. Come up, hands to the hips, and shift your hips back in space. So that right hip is stacked more on top of the knee. Tucking your tailbone here, round your spine. You can interlace the fingers and push into the left thigh. Finding the front of that right thigh, the iliopsoas system. It's just a different type of stretch than softening into a passive lunge or even an active lunge where we sink low. Maybe you notice the stretch for the first time. Just one more breath. And as you exhale, you can release. Step that left foot all the way back. Bring the knees as wide as the mat. Big toes touch the back of the mat. Sink your hips to your heels. Crawl the hands forward. Child's pose. Balasana. So as you settle into the mat here, just acknowledging the movement of the breath. Reach your fingers a bit further forward, away from your hips. Even if the hips lift up away from the heels subtly, that's okay. Really tall through the arms and the torso. Press into your palms, tuck the toes, lift your hips all the way up. Find a downward facing dog and try to find that length there again as well. Okay, long arms, long torso, reaching the sit bones up, pressing the heels down. Inhale, shift forward, high plank. Exhale, back to down dog. Again, inhale, shift forward, plank. Exhale, back to down dog. And one more time, inhale, shift forward, plank. Exhale, back to down dog. So I haven't worn a regular t-shirt practicing yoga in quite some time. And I'm like drowning in my t-shirt right now. So apologies for the voice. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend the knees, step or jump, top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. And exhale to fold. And root down into the feet. Inhale, come all the way up. Grow tall. Exhale, drop palms to prayer. Samasthiti, Tadasana. Shift the weight towards the left foot. Drive the right knee up. Flex the right ankle and take the right ankle towards the left thigh. Pull that right thigh back even as your right hip tries to draw forward. So standing figure 4. Just breathing here. Look at one point in front of you, a drishti point, focus point. And if that's already pretty tough on your balance, you're shaky, that's okay. This will be your work today. Just look at that one point. If you want to make it a bit more challenging, simply take the external drishti point and move it internally. Close your eyes. Look towards the point between the eyebrows, your third eye. And worst case, you lose your balance, you just try again. Come back up. Notice your foundation. All right, which side of the foot you're rolling to, where you're compensating. Try to send your attention there, and it's going to help your balance. One more breath, wherever you are. All right, blink the eyes open. Stay lifted if you can. Drive that right knee up. Hands on the hips. Press the sole of the right foot forward. Just there for 3, 2, and 1. Release the right foot down to the floor. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hinge and fold over the legs. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, place the palm, step or jump the feet back from high plank. Come all the way down to your belly. Press into the tops of the feet. Inhale, peel up, chest and chin, baby cobra or full cobra, whatever you feel comfortable with. Exhale, lower back down. 2 more times. Inhale to peel up. And exhale to lower back down. And last time, inhale to peel up. Exhale to lower back down. Slide that right knee forward. So the right knee is next to the right hip. The right ankle is behind the right knee. So it's 90 degrees with the thigh and shin. Palms can stay under the shoulders here. Push the right hip point down towards the floor and feel that right inner thigh lengthen. If you're already quite open in the inner thigh, you can straighten the leg out to the side. You can't see that for our demo, really, maybe a bit of Queenie, but sometimes that can give you a little bit more sensation of stretch for those that feel like the bent knee variation isn't doing very much. Breathe here. In through the nose, out through the nose. Last couple cycles of breath. Really push that right inner thigh down towards the floor. And on the last exhale, slide the leg back. Release the shape. Tuck the toes, press into your palms. Press to high plank or tabletop. Inhale. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, take the right leg up, 3-leg dog. Exhale, bend the knee, step the hip, make the right knee the highest point. Draw a big circle on the wall behind you. Go one direction, and then change directions. Nice. Exhale, knee to the nose. Step the right foot in between the hands. Inhale to rise up, high runner's lunge. Sink into the legs here. Back heel is lifted, stacking that left heel on top of the ball of the foot. Can you drive from the left ball of the foot up and out through the fingertips? Go really tall through the arms. On an exhale, sweep the arms back behind you, interlace the fingers behind the back. Squeeze shoulder blades together and lift your heart up. So we feel really long through front side body, really strong in our foundation. Begin to hinge forward back into that arrow pose. You can keep the arms interlaced or release them so the palms are just face up next to the thighs. Begin to shift the weight forward onto the right foot. Press the left foot up towards the ceiling. Warrior 3, left hip pushing down towards the floor. Notice your balance here too. One more breath. As you release the breath, release the arms, release the left leg to meet the right. Shake it out. In a standing forward fold, the top of the mat. You can catch opposite elbows to dangle. So nod your head yes, shake it no. Even sway the spine a little bit there to the left and the right. Noticing asymmetrical tension you might be holding on either side of your spine. And pause and center. Release the elbows. Inhale, roll all the way up to stand. Head comes up last. Tadasana. Heel toe the feet together if they're at hip width. Shift the weight towards that right foot. Drive the left knee up. Flex the ankle. Take the left ankle towards the right thigh. And keeping that left hip pushing forward, pull the left thigh, back in space. Look forward at something in front of you, your drishti points. Your palms might be in prayer, hands can be by the hips, wherever you need. Find your balance. If you're already feeling the balance is quite challenged, stay right there. Look at your focus points. Otherwise, give it a shot. Take the external drishti and move it internally. Close your eyes. Look towards the space between the eyebrows, the third eye. Feel that rolling and moving in your foundation. Notice where you tend to bias your balance posture. And if you lose your balance, it's okay. Stay calm. Try again. One more breath. The eyes are closed. Blink them open. Nice. Drive the left knee up. Stay with me. Hands on the hips. Flex that left ankle. Push the left foot forward. Hold here for 3, 2, and 1. Release the left foot down. Sweep the arms up. Inhale. Beautiful work. Exhale. Hinge and fold over the legs. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale to place the palm. Step or jump the feet back from high plank. Come all the way down to your belly. Press into the tops of the feet. Inhale. Peel up chest and chin. Baby or full cobra. Elbows hug in. The elbows might straighten. Exhale, lower down. 2 more times. Inhale to lift. And exhale to lower. And last time, inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Slide that left knee out to the side. So the knee is beside the hip, the ankle is behind the knee. 90 degrees with the thigh. If you can, you straighten the leg out to the side. Breathe here. Push that left inner thigh down towards the floor. You kind of feel like you're trying to push the left hip point, the front of the pelvis, down towards the floor. The right hip point's likely already touching the mat. Could you get the left hip point to join the right hip point on the mat? Just in case you're having trouble figuring out the biomechanics there. What needs to move? It's your pelvis that needs to move. One more big breath. On the exhale, slide the left leg back, tuck the toes. Press into your palms, high plank or tabletop. Inhale, downward facing dog. On the exhale, left leg goes up. Inhale, three-leg dog. Exhale, bend the knee, stack the hip, make the left knee the highest point. Draw a big circle with your left knee, and then take that circle the other direction. Nice exhale, knee to the nose. Step the left foot in between the hands. Rise up on the inhale, high runner's lunge. Bend deeply into the legs, but push that right heel straight back. Try to stack the heel on top of the ball of the foot. Reach up and out through the fingertips, driving from that right foot. Sweep the arms back behind you, interlace the fingers behind the back. Try to have the opposite thumb on top if you're doing so. Squeezing shoulder blades together, lift your heart up. Lengthen front side body. Super long, but very strong foundation. Exhale, lean forward over the left leg, arrow pose. You can either keep the hands interlaced or just release the palms so they're face up next to the hips. Begin to shift the weight forward onto the left foot. Press the right foot up towards the ceiling. Right hip is trying to press down as the left hip draws up. Really nicely done in your warrior three. Notice your balance here. If you're looking around too much, you might lose your balance. Take one more breath. Exhale, release arms and legs. Find your standing forward fold at the top of the mat. And you can either catch opposite elbows in front of the shins and dangle, or hold your arms behind the legs and use a bit of traction here to pull the torso closer to the thighs. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. One more inhale. As you exhale, release the arms. I'll get you to heel toe the feet together and start to bend the knees. Let the knees go out to the side. Reach the arms forward. See if you can sit down without using your hands. Nice. Extend the legs forward. Give them a shake.
You're always way more graceful doing that.
It's okay. It's the one thing I can do. Lie all the way down, flat on your back. And once you're lying flat on your back, bend your knees. Bring the soles of the feet to the floor. Press into the soles of the feet. Press into your palms. Inhale, lift the hips up towards the ceiling. Stay lifted here. You can just stay lifted part way. The palms pressing into the floor, feeling backside body engaged. You can also interlace the hands behind the back as we did earlier and squeeze shoulder blades together. Lift up a little higher. Both options work well. Do what works for you. Lengthening out front side body. Maybe getting ready for a day of sitting. Take one more inhale. Exhale to release the arms. Lay the spine down. Windshield wiper the knees to the right and to the left. Pause in center. Straighten your legs and lie flat. The body's as neutral as possible. Finding your Shavasana, corpse pose. As little effort as possible. If you feel like you need longer in a rest position or there's another shape that you're missing out on, this is your practice. This is your time. Do what you need to do. If you're coming back, begin to lengthen your inhales, your exhales. Move your fingers, move your toes. You can turn your head side to side. Inhale, give yourself a stretch. And exhale to soften. Once more, inhale, stretch it out. And exhale to soften. Bend your knees. Either roll to one side or rock up into a seated position. Do what works for you. And once you find that comfortable seated position, stack the spine up nice and tall. Close the eyes. Follow your breath here. Acknowledging what might have shifted and changed for you, even with that short and simple practice. And draw a breath in through the nose, fill all the way up, expanding the torso. Open your mouth, sigh out the breath. Palms connect in prayer at heart center, thumbs rest into the sternum, ending to the sound of a single Om. Inhale. Bow your heads. Thanks for being here to share this energy. Please take some with you off the mat. Share with the ones that you love. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you, everyone. Appreciate your efforts and your energies this morning.
Yes, thank you very much.
You too, Queenie. It's nice practicing with you.
I know. It feels good. My first practice led by somebody else.
I know. So good.
Thanks for that.
So nice.
Tell a lot of the stuff you did for me.
Yeah.
Hamstrings, my hips are all tight. And I was telling him before class, I'm like, I can't do any back.
I can't do this.
I can't do so many things. So
no problem.
Please have mercy.
Don't worry, we're still going to do things that Queenie can't do. And the nice thing is actually, Queenie gets to modify and demo what it looks like to modify when you're in recovery. Yeah, really cool. One more thing, because it's tradition and I didn't do it, I'm not going to do a headstand, but I'm still going to sing Happy Birthday to my mother. So, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mom.
Sandra.
Happy birthday to you.
Also
and many more.
Oh my gosh, so many messages. Thanks.
Love you, Mom.
Love you. Thanks, Raina, Claudia,
and
Zen.
Yeah, we really appreciate all the support, whether you've been taking our Instagram classes or our Zoom classes. We see you, and honestly,
yeah, and we know like sometimes early morning can be tough to join, so I'm very grateful for those of you who are waking up earlier than you need to, just to get a little bit of movement in before your work day. And I know there are people who have asked, can you do it even earlier?
The answer to that is no.
We'll think about it. It's never, a solid
no.
Maybe in the summer. It's just, I have trouble saying no, clearly. Love you, Jonathan's mom.
I've got a lot better at saying no.
You're better at it than me. Yeah. Lots of birthday wishes.
Yay, lots of birthday wishes. Nice.
So stay warm.
Stay warm.
Dress warm. Don't catch a regular
Maybe have
cold.
your favorite warm beverage.
Mm-hmm.
And then, middle of the day when you're feeling a little slump, you get an adaptogen infused sparkling beverage.
Bad at this.
No, we're good at this. From Daydream. Honestly, it's a great Toronto-based company, which is why we're trying to rep them this month as well. Mm-hmm. It's really important for local and small businesses to get your support during the holiday season because they are not receiving the usual support that they normally get. So whether it's Daydream, a Toronto beverage company you're supporting, or it's your local yoga studio, local shops, please do your best to buy local.
Yeah, especially if you're looking for gifts or just something different to spice up your everyday routine, things that you are drinking, eating, whatever.
Exactly.
A lot of local innovative products and people that are, trying to offer their creativity. Yeah. So
thanks for listening to us ramble.
Thank you,
We
Izan.
appreciate you all. We can't wait to see you on Friday.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.